Joining me now is Congressman Khanna, Democrat of California, and member of the Oversight Committee. It's good to have you here, Congressman.
Good to be here.
I mean, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's go back to the 2018 bill here. I mean, there was all this special pleading from these banks, including the SVB CEO, right, that the rules you've made in Dodd-Frank don't apply to us small and mid-sized banks. We're not doing anything risky. You're burdening us with too much regulation. And that cause was taken up by Republicans in the Senate, Republicans in the House, signed by Donald Trump, with a lot of Democratic support, though a minority of the party. How significant was that? How much is that part of the story here?
That's the main part of the story. Chris, I know they're in my district. They were lobbying to be exempt from the stress test, from the liquidity test. If they had a stress test, they would have known that they can't have long-term bonds when interest rates are going up. I know we don't live in it's old-fashioned to actually look at facts, but here's what I encourage people. Just go to Silicon Valley Bank's website and look at the leadership. For the first four people are white men. The fifth person is, the only Mexican-American in the board. It's actually not diverse. I mean, I don't understand. Like, just look at the facts. Just go on the website.
Well, it's interesting. Before you came in here, I double-checked to see what your vote was on 2018, because I imagine you got lobbied on this by this bank specifically. I mean, this was the #1 priority for banks of this size, was this rollback, because they said it was costing them money and making them uncompetitive.
They did, and they said it was not the Silicon Valley way. They needed more flexibility. But let me just be clear what a stress test does. A stress test says, OK, we're going to test what happens to your assets if something unusual happens, like interest rates go really fast and go up. So they would have said, well, this isn't working for you. They wouldn't have passed the stress test. This would never have happened. So if the Dodd-Frank regulations were in place, this crisis would have been averted.
I think this is actually a really important point to linger on for a second, because I talked about East Palestine, and one of the things, the details matter here, that train-breaking rule wouldn't have actually applied to the train in question, because the hazardous materials it was carrying were still below the threshold for what the rule would have applied. So it's not even a neat but-for cause there. In the case of the Silicon Valley Bank, you're making the argument it really is the cause. Like, that deregulation is what led to this, causally.
Absolutely. Look, the capital requirements, increasing them, no, because the capital, they had sufficient capital and the requirements. But they didn't do a stress test. And the stress test is exactly designed to look at black swan events. And do you pass? And most people say, this is never going to happen. It's a waste. Well, guess what? Here it would have exposed that they had vulnerability.
What about... here's another theory of this, which I think is interesting. It's totally different than the deregulation, and it's different than the woke bank nonsense. It seems to me also like when you have a bank that's as concentrated in one industry as this was, and the industry itself is such a small little networking world, and there's 200 venture capitalists on the same thread, that they're capable of inaugurating a bank run in a way that other banks with more diverse or diffuse holdings are not as vulnerable to.
They are. I mean, look, it's 90% was tech. That was another thing. By the way,
they're all telling each other to pull each other's money. Like, I think they precipitated a run on their own bank.
They did. And look, it's a California bank, right, as opposed to a national bank. There are no diversification requirements.
Right.
That's another requirement. And no diversification, not just industry, but they had too many large accounts. So when big account holders are withdrawing it, that's causing the run.
One of the things I think it's important, and we've seen this with Sherrod Brown and J.D. Vance in the wake of East Palestine, which is to say, OK, you guys want to talk about all this cultural stuff and you want to make your villains. Let's call the question about what the material. So Vance and Brown have introduced legislation that would amp up safety rules for regulation for railroads. It seems to me important to call the question here on bank regulation. Like, you want to talk about all this stuff, make all these people, James Comer and all your colleagues, vote one way or the other about regulating these small and mid-sized banks.
Absolutely. Let's go back to making sure that they have liquidity tests. Let's go back to making sure that they're paying the premium to cover the FDIC. Here's what I don't understand. Here's the actual argument the Republicans could have made, which could be fair, that when Silicon Valley had this crisis on the bank, the government responded within 3 days to protect the depositors. I supported what the government did. Why don't we see that in Jackson, Mississippi? Why don't we see that in East Palestine? Why don't smaller communities have the same kind of government action? And then we can have a debate about that. But instead, this nonsense that it's not convincing anyone.
It's also wild because it feels, I was looking through this for research for this, so partly I was, biased on my part because I'm looking for it. But the degree to which this became the line immediately It was, I mean, it only took like 12 hours, and then they're all singing from the same hymnal. This ludicrous, preposterous story that this incredibly, like, wealthy and wealthy connected Silicon Valley bank is some bastion of leftism, but they're all saying it.
Well, they have this preconception of what California is like, what Silicon Valley is, and it just feeds into that. And they aren't looking, actually, you know, for all their concern about China and staying ahead of China. I mean, this is where a lot of the AI is being developed, a lot of the defense tech is being developed. So it's an unserious Republican Party. I mean, that's what's sad, because you want a party on the other side to actually question you, to be an intellectual rival.
It was interesting. Patrick McHenry, who's sort of in leadership there, sort of ran a call over the weekend with Republicans, and I think they were trying to like get people away from this nonsense and try to like make a plausible case, but I'm not sure how successful that's going to be. Congressman Khanna,
Thank you.
Good to have you here.